Hey ho!
Is
My microphone working okay, by the way, because I got a new computer, so...
Yep, I hear you fine.
100% sure. Alright.
All good. Everything through my channels sounds pretty good too. I don't hear Kaylin now.
Hollow.
There she is.
No, that was overgrowth.
That was. We just talked.
You're
Kaylin,
cutting
if you're
off
saying
Katie.
anything, we're not hearing anything.
Yep.
I'm not saying anything.
Oh!
Oh, sorry. I saw the green flashing.
It's like, are you here? Are you sure you're here? There we go.
Sorry, I had my.
I mean, if
Reset.
here by means of yes, I am physically in the call, but it's the
Mentally.
world.
By the way, I just want to say... Oh, sorry.
What's up?
I just want to say, I know you guys have made a lot of comments about me, like, making these random exclamations about how I think the whole thing is going, and
Yeah.
what the actual mystery is, and what the answer is, and how ridiculous some of them are. After seeing what Hawker's Veils was playing through the last 2 days, you guys have no reason to call me out for that when the cape got caught on the statue.
Oh, so you have finally joined us in our pain for Turnabout Big
You've
Top.
seen it.
You know our pain now. How fucking
I
ridiculous that
understand
sounds?
it. Yes. I watched Hawker's Veils stream through it in 2 streams over the weekend. Her reaction was basically everyone goes to jail.
You go to jail.
Everyone.
And you go to jail. And you, clown.
In my opinion,
You
yes,
go to
I
jail.
understand it entirely. But in all honesty, the actual result of the cape on the statue and all that kind of stuff and hiding the statue underneath the wheelchair isn't that ridiculous.
Not by attorney standards.
Stupid.
Exactly.
All right,
You
everybody's.
have no right to call me out.
Well, give this game some credit. I don't know.
We're all here. Let's get the bots in here.
And I'll get Parsec. Yes. The thing. Let me actually
Yeah,
give
we
you
get Craig.
powers. Power! Oh no, I've been hacked.
Now recording.
Oh, recording.
Power. Max powers?
Actually, oh my god. Forgot to do one thing on my end. And that is hit the big red button! We're recording, hooray!
Better hit that
Yay.
big red button.
Don't forget to adjust the symbols on the bottom to hide the bot faces.
Yep, I'm gonna do that. Zoop, and make you guys bigger. I
Yes,
said
I know how much you like that.
I said bigger! Listen to me!
And
Mouse!
I said I know how much you like that.
There we go.
I'm not saying anything.
Sufficiently big. Your host is happy. Hooray. Anyway, officially, since we're live now. Hey everybody, welcome back. It's part 7 of Ace Attorney Investigations 2! Prosecutor's Gambit. We're back into the latter third of this case. Case
We're
2 of the game.
stuck in this prison.
We are. And we're about to do our favorite activity ever, which is examining video footage. Y'all excited about that?
No.
Yippee!
I can't hear you. There we go.
Well, it could be worse. At least we're not
Okay,
trying to.
jeez.
At least we're not trying to convince an incredibly stubborn guy that he's actually guilty for 2 hours.
Oh, just you wait. That might still happen.
We'll see.
Do you? Yeah, you want to argue with me again?
No! Get back in your box. Go back to jail.
Shut.
I'd rather have the guy talking
going
about
alright.
his babies.
Do not pass go. Do not collect your freaking money. Your freaking counterfeit money. Fuck you, Alba. Go back.
I'd rather have the guy who kept talking about his babies.
Oh no.
No.
Me to come back.
Hey,
I am noticing a slight problem.
Voice.
Your microphone is peaking.
My microphone?
Yes.
Oh, good. That's my favorite.
Yeah, you guys are peeking a little bit, but I think we're okay.
Back my microphone up a bit then.
Hey, Serenity, yo! Hey, hun, glad you can make it tonight. Thank you for joining.
Know that.
All right, we got the bots. Shall we sync? You ready?
Yes. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3, sync.
Sync!
Tartar.
I was gonna say
Did everybody
like,
say something?
yeah. Did you miss it?
Okay, good. I only heard a few
clap.
people.
Hopefully this is not a sign of things to come for audio issues. All right, we're ready.
We're going anyway.
All right, go.
Video at video time. Video reviewing time. I think this line's already been said, but you can say it again if you want.
Let's say it again anyway.
I'll say it again just in case.
All right. Want me to talk you through how to use it, sir?
Seeing as I'm not exactly familiar with video analysis techniques, perhaps I should hear him out.
Yeah, let's get the tutorial.
If you could run me through its functions, Detective, that would be most appreciated.
Yes, sir. So, basically, you just gotta do what you always do. I'm very helpful. Examine anything that catches your eye.
And I can examine things with tea, I see. Much better than examining things with coffee. That just shakes everything up.
That's a different prosecutor's job.
Oh, the caffeine.
Right.
Gumshoe.
sir. Next up, see those controls at the bottom of the screen? The panels on the left and right let you rewind or fast forward. And you can use the middle one to pause. Get used to those and you're golden, sir.
Oh, it seems I can also press E to fast forward or Q to rewind the footage. And I can press space to pause.
Pretty easy.
When the video's paused, you can go to the previous frame with Q or the next frame with E. Or just use the same control panels I showed you earlier. Lastly, I better explain how to zoom in.
Oh, so it actually is going to have zoom and enhance.
Just line up the old cursor with the area you want to take a closer look at. Then use the panel in the bottom right, and little V will do the rest. It's got those 2 expanding arrows right on it. Can't miss it, sir.
It would appear I can zoom in by pressing R, too.
By the way, even when you're zoomed in, you can still examine stuff just like in regular view. Also, you can make use of previous and next frame to get a good look at what's really happening. Only thing you can't do when you're zoomed in is play the footage, so there's that.
I see. And how do I zoom out again?
Just use the panel in the lower right again, sir. See how it's gone from expanding to collapsing arrows on there? That's because you're zoomed in. And that about sums it up. Now let's fire Lil V up for real.
I forget what it was called in the fan translation. Something silly, I guess.
It was called Mr. Analysis.
Boo! It's a lame name.
Boring.
Remember, just examine anything that catches your eye and you'll do fine.
Lil V is so much a
Also-
character.
Lil V.
Lil V, yeah.
The name now is Little V.
That's so much better.
Thank you.
Also,
official
how does
host.
Gumshoe know all
Scooter.
of this?
I am a genius. I just don't let it show.
Well, I guess he has to know something. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. Anyway, the footage from Knight's holding cell. Other than the victim being attacked by that dog, I can't see what else it might show us. But suppose we're wrong. What could we be looking at instead? Could the person in the footage be someone other than Knight? And if so, could whatever's attacking them be something else too? I should keep both questions in mind while reviewing the footage. All honesty, looking at the footage as it originally was, I couldn't help but think that is a much smaller size than the actual size of the dog they keep claiming was attacking him.
Yeah.
You never know what you're gonna see once you start looking at things up close.
Oh no, it's 480p. It's unviewable.
Check every detail, sir. You'll find something, I'm sure.
Don't worry, it's the year 2018.
What in this footage seems odd?
Cerny says zoom, enhance, zoom some more, double enhance, zoom out, de-enhance, re-enhance, do the hokey pokey boogie. Now, what do we see?
I'd say go back a little bit.
You want the blob right there?
Yeah, kinda. As it looks too small to be,
What is the true identity of the blob?
Oh, what do we have here?
Oh my goodness, look at that little
It's a
popper!
kitty.
That's not a pupper.
It's a
Wait.
kitty.
That's not a kitty either. I suspect we may have made a critical error of judgment. What we're looking at here is no dog. This animal is a bear.
No,
Really?
it's a pig.
Oh,
No, it's a bear!
it's a cat.
How the fuck is that a cat?
Look at
You're all
look at
cat-minded.
his ears. Look at his ears. That's clearly a cat.
The fucking tail! What cat has a little poof for a tail?
One that got it cut off.
It was the goddamn polar bear that guy who managed to escape happened to have with him.
You're gonna read the line or not? I guess not.
It's not a dog, it's a goddamn polar bear!
Is it?
Miles, buddy, I'm squinting hard here, but nothing about this picture says kitty cat to me. Y'all cat brain or something?
Mr. Edgeworth, the court demands that you take those. I swear.
The count?
First fucking line of the night. It's gonna go great. I hate this timeline.
Well, I guess you're down for the count.
Mr. Edgeworth, the court demands that you take these proceedings seriously.
Yeah, but I misclicked, and the other people controlling this did not hear what I was fucking saying.
Alright.
It's a fucking bear.
It's a very small bear.
That's not a dog, it's a bear. The fucking tiny polar bear that could fit in the guy's arms.
What? So the paw prints from that photo I took? I can't read
Were not
either.
canine, but ursine.
They do look kind of ursine when you relook at them. Now that I think about it. Flare. I mean, Bright.
A bear? So, could that mean...
Yes, I think it could. After all, who else do we know with such a bear that is of that particular size, has the rounded ears, and has a round fucking tail? Not long like a cat, or happening to be as large as he is, like the fucking dog that I somehow was confusing it with this whole time. How did I not see that? How did nobody else catch that? You fucking son of a...
Oh, our foxy
No.
friend has lost their mind. Hooray.
It's irritation at the rest of you! And if everyone else were mistaken about the creature in the footage,
Don't exclude yourself.
it's not inconceivable that we were mistaken about the person in the footage, too.
Maybe there's something in there that could prove it, sir. Something that shows it wasn't night.
You're right. We can't see the person's face, which means a direct identification is out of the question. But perhaps there's something that can tell us who they are indirectly.
Indirectly, like the mirror?
Yes, it's certainly worth a look. What in this footage seems odd?
Well, let's see. What's the best shot of the mirror?
I think we passed it. Go back.
Let's see how it plays out.
Oh, maybe that.
Zoom in. I said zoom in.
Filler dialogue, blah, blah, blah. Alright.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, it was already there.
Yeah, it's R on the keyboard, or you can hit the button.
Just hit R and zoom in.
You can do frame by frame while you're zooming, I believe.
Exactly.
And hats.
I guess the hat? It's supposed to be night, remember?
The figure is reflected in the mirror here, too. Hmm? Is that a hat?
Say, doesn't that look like the hat the guards wear, sir?
Oh my god.
Oh, jeez, is that what I think it is?
Have there been any reports of one of the animals attacking a guard recently?
Not that I've heard of.
Hmm. So this may not be a guard at all, but somebody dressed as one. Perhaps this might shed a little light on the matter of the hat. Next page. Next page. There. Present it.
Take that!
So, no guards have reported being attacked by an animal as far as we know. But we did hear about a guard's spare uniform being stolen. Could the person in the security footage perhaps be someone disguised as a guard? Someone attempting to escape without being noticed.
A guard disguise? I guess it might work.
Oh no, it's Agent 47.
Oh no.
Wait, weren't we just talking about someone?
We were indeed. Someone who seems to have successfully made his escape. We had assumed that it was night in the security footage.
Well, it was his cell. It's hardly a crazy theory.
Perhaps. But now that we know about the hole under the bed, it is no longer the only possibility. Whoever had access to the tunnel could very well be the one caught on camera. Why are we, like, stepping around the answer to this?
And
We
who
have
was
to
that,
become
Mr.
magic.
Edgeworth? And who was that, Mr. Edgeworth? Would you care to tell the court who you believe this person to be?
I mean, it's pretty fucking obvious, isn't it?
I don't know, you tell us! You educate us, Edgeworth.
Carcerato! Fucking hell.
Take that!
I believe I know who our guard in disguise is. It is none other than Rocco Carcerato, the prisoner who recently escaped from this facility. I'm confident it's him, because he was assigned a polar bear cub as his companion.
But the bear in that video is all black.
Indeed. And we have evidence that explains why. The evidence that explains the polar bear's dark fur is...
Aha. Well, I think you guys know the answer.
Yeah, it's, I'm just not sure
Checking
which
if there's
specific
anything
evidence
else.
it is. Okay, I guess it is, the glove.
Take that!
Yep.
Recall, if you will, Mr. Frank saw its testimony.
That's the rubber glove I dropped.
Would you care to explain why it's so dirty?
Oh, of course, that's mud from one of the pet treatments I've been practicing. I was giving one of the animals a mud pack right when the incident happened.
I see. Around what time would this have been?
Let's see, the show had already started, so around at 9 a.m., perhaps. The thing is, the more mud I applied, the more in the zone I got, and the darker the animal's fur became. There's no trance quite like the trance one enters when one slathers an animal with thick black mud.
Wait a second, was the only reason that they were assuming that it was the dog was because it was black on the black and white footage?
Yep.
Not the size, not the creature, just the color.
Ace Attorney logic, baby!
It was a blob.
It was a black animal, so.
Well, the circus performance was underway.
The other reason was because Frank had already testified to seeing the dog bite the victim in the workshop.
So no reason to suspect the bear.
While the circus performance was underway, he was giving one of the animals a mud pack treatment.
And that animal could have been...
Indeed, our polar bear.
Mr. Edgeworth, your latest assertion simply introduces yet another contradiction. The footage from the security camera.
Wow.
I fully understand, Your Honor, and your doubts are entirely justified. Mr. Sawyer mentioned applying the mud pack while the circus performance was underway. And this does indeed introduce a new contradiction concerning the security footage.
One day the lines will load. It does?
Yes. Let's put it this way. When would you expect the footage to have been recorded, Kay?
If it was taken right after he applied the mud pack treatment, it should have been around 9 a.m.
In which case, something isn't right about the footage.
Really? And what's that?
What new contradiction does the security footage introduce relative to when it was recorded?
Oh.
The time.
Timestamp.
Yes. Choose the timestamp.
Take that!
Specifically the 20 seconds. That's the problem.
Mr. Sawyer said he
Yes.
administered the treatment at around 9 a.m. In which case, the security footage should also show a time of around 9.
I'm honestly surprised that it lets you pick that part of the timestamp. It wasn't picky about it.
However, the timestamp says 6:42 a.m. On the day of the murder, the prisoners all went out to the yard to watch the circus. All except 3. Mr. Carnes, who remained in his cell in maximum security.
Hi.
Mr. Sawyer, who was administering a mud pack treatment in the workshop. And Rocco Carcerato, who had been awaiting that precise moment to put his escape plan into action. I believe he entrusted the bear to Mr. Sawyer before entering the tunnel.
Oh.
Look at him go!
Look at that little guy!
And the bear then slipped out of Mr. Sawyer's grasp to run after its human.
But it's not a dog. Why would it do that?
Mr. Sawyer would have then left the workshop to pursue the bear, at which point he saw Mr. Carnes' dog retrieving the murder weapon from Knight's body. It all fits perfectly, except for the security footage, which should have been recorded from around 9 a.m. However, the timestamp is 3 hours off.
Oh, not again.
But why would the timestamp be wrong? Also,
Obviously,
how
because the security camera went to Paris.
Also, we talked to Rocco. He clearly didn't escape right now.
Wait, goddammit, that Paris thing is actually from the Frank Sawyer Mr.
Yes.
case.
It returns. We all come full circle.
Detective, I would like you to have the security camera examined. Right away, please.
You guys, just wait. It's obviously going to be the fact that the camera went overseas. I'm calling it now.
I'm back, sir. I just talked to the guards and... Seems like the time codes can slip on these cameras if they lose power.
Oh.
What?
They're pretty old, sir. I guess the clock stops when the power's off.
Which would mean the power was off for approximately 3 hours at some point.
They didn't go to Paris.
Yeah.
That's not all, sir. You remember how Knight denied stealing the keys? No one believed him, considering, well, you know, he kind of seemed like the only suspect. Turns out, that wasn't all he said. He also said he was knocked out cold, just like the other guy.
It may not necessarily have been a lie.
And she's back.
Darlings, there you all are.
It's getting crowded in here.
How
One
goes
day.
the investigation? Is there anything I can do to help things along?
Actually, there might be something we can do for you, Warden Lagarde. The escapee, Mr. Carcerato. I believe he may still be on the premises. He is disguised as a guard. Here's the proof, should you need it. We're reasonably certain that the person captured on this tape is our man. And if I am correct, he might even be right here in this room with us now.
He can't escape because of the collar.
Hey, Mr. Carcerato would have been wearing a bracelet, right?
Yes, a bracelet that could easily be hidden under the sleeves of his stolen uniform. Furthermore, the doors out of the prison proper don't have those sensors that detect the bracelets installed. So, if he avoided doors with sensors, he could simply wait for an opportunity to finally make his escape.
Well, yes, I suppose he could. He'd just have to avoid the workshops and the cells and... Oh my. One day, it will load. He's one of you, isn't he? He's here right now. Oh my goodness, look at that little guy!
Oh my god.
The blep.
Baby, look at the bear.
That's UK.
Look, it's Teddy.
Betrayal!
Look at him go.
Carcerato.
Hey, paws off. Get your mitts off of me, you big palooka.
Thank you, Teddy. Very kind of you to confirm our suspicions.
Dang it, kid, if it wasn't for you, I'd,
What a thing it is to be loved, huh, Mr. Carcerato? I'm almost envious.
That's word.
Guards, apprehend this man.
A moment, if you will. I have some questions for our would-be escapee. If we are able to learn the truth, I will need to speak with him. With your permission, of course.
I can hardly say no now, can't I? Or can I?
Well, come on then, hit me with your best shot.
Mr. Carcerato's escape route led directly into Knight's cell. So it's highly possible he has something to offer. Tell me what you were doing on the day Mr. Knight's body was discovered.
So does you guys, huh? You're the ones who found my secret getaway tunnel. You know how long it took me to dig that freaking thing? I had me a guard's uniform, a hole dug, and a plan in place, so I went for it on the day you found the guy. But then this little guy had to come right after me. The sack of fur was covered in mud, too. I had to go back to our cell. I would have gotten away with it if somebody had an off night and brought you bums down here.
You claim to have dug that tunnel just now. How exactly did you do it?
I mean, let's look at all the broken things in there. How do you think?
Years and years of this, I guess.
With time and patience.
And a lot of punches.
How? Used everything I could get my hands on, see? Hammers, spoons, you name it. Spent every dime I had on this cockamamie fixer. What I got to show for it now, huh?
Do not be disheartened, friend. Tomorrow is another day.
Holy Jesus, why is he out of his cell?
There's an outside chance Mr. Carcerato and Knight met face to face just before Knight's death. I should see what other details I can extract from him.
But where to
Let's
go?
for press everything.
Press everything!
Hold it!
The tunnel you...
Shut up! Who are you telling to hold it?
The tunnel you said
You don't know nothing. You don't know what I had to do.
Perfect.
Had to come crawl into the fixer monk. Had to grovel and kowtow day after day after day. How you gonna give me back the hours, huh? The days? The months?
The answer is we're going to keep you in your cell. Then you'll have plenty of time to get it all back. That said, I can't get a word in edgewise.
You should have never stuck your noses in my tunnel. Never!
You guys are joking.
Hold it!
Oh my god.
Would you like me to say it instead?
No.
No.
We'll just move on.
Look,
Let's just say that's what she said and move
say
on.
I have no interest in sticking my nose into your tunnel. I am not a brown noser.
Oh my god.
Every inch. Every inch. See anybody else in my cell when I was there, huh?
So the tunnel was all your own work.
And you already said the line.
Now you can
I
play your line.
drew it myself.
That's quite an effort, even for an athlete.
Yeah, now that I think of it, that is an insane amount of digging for one guy.
Yeah, well, you don't even know the half of it, kid. But it ain't like I had a choice. Trust nobody and don't get caught. Them's the rules a con's gotta live by.
Not the rules a pro lives by, however.
Huh, you know, the rules of being a great thief are pretty similar.
Okay, I'd rather you didn't start sympathizing with the suspect.
I was just joking, Mr. Edgeworth.
Ain't no stinking joke to me. You punks owe me.
The fuck do we owe you?
Hold it!
The uniform, was that from the Fixer too?
Uh-huh, sure was. Heard he had something on one of the guards. Had the guy swipe it from a pal's locker.
Wow.
And were you wearing it when you were crawling through the tunnel?
What dirt do you have on that guy?
Nope, would've got dirt on it. Had to hold on to it till I got to the holding cell. But once I was out of there and all dressed up, opening the cell door should have been a piece of cake. Here we go, I thinks. Freedom beckons. And then the furball here jumps up at me.
Which would be the moment captured on camera? I see. I'd be grateful if you could add that to your testimony.
You lying?
Once I was out of that tunnel and all dressed up, opening the cell door should have been a piece of cake.
What do you mean, should have?
Should
I'll
have.
press it, obviously.
Hold it.
Yeah.
Opening the cell door should have been a piece of cake, you say?
Sure, anything that seems easy after dragging yourself through a hole in the ground.
And you were familiar with the layout of the detention center, even though you live in the prison.
Why wouldn't I be? Ain't like I never been there before.
If he's familiar with the detention center, then he'd surely be aware that unlike the doors in the main prison, the holding cell doors are locked with actual keys. And I'm sure Mr. Carcerato would have needed that particular piece of evidence to make his escape. Now present the keys, I suppose.
Objection.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Easy contradiction.
You claim that leaving the holding cell would have been a piece of cake, as you put it.
Yeah, you got a problem with that? Cause we can make it a problem, if you catch my drift.
Even once you had reached Knight's cell, you still had another door to contend with. How exactly did you plan on opening it? Mr. Carcerato, I posit that leaving the cell would have been a piece of cake only because you had the key.
I don't got no stinking key. I didn't need one. It was a piece of cake because the door was open. I walked right out.
Objection.
Yes, I suppose Knight's cell was vacant by that point. There would have been no reason to lock it. And it was indeed unlocked when I went to examine it for myself. So perhaps when you'd finally succeeded today, it truly was unlocked because it was after the murder. But you had attempted to escape previously.
Yeah, the security footage shows when you tried and failed because Teddy caught you.
Which was during the circus performance before the body was discovered. The holding cell was still locked at that time because no one knew that Knight had been killed yet. Therefore, you must have had the key to his cell on you. Without it, your escape would not have been possible.
Are you saying, could he really have?
I believe he could, yes. The theft of the keys was, in fact, perpetrated by none other than Mr. Carcerato. He is the one who attacked the guard. But not just the guard, Knight too. All to gain possession of the guard's keys.
It wasn't me, you lousy bum. I didn't even know this night guy.
Objection.
After you stole the keys, you went back to your cell to avoid suspicion. And then you waited for the perfect moment to escape. A moment when the prison would be almost deserted. That's right, the moment of the show, just before the discovery of the body. Unluckily for you, that particular attempt was thwarted by your furry friend.
Says who, huh? You got proof, genius? This ain't your win yet, Knight knocked the guard out for the count, and everybody knows it.
Objection.
Don't play games with me. Knight was as much a victim as the guard in this case. As a matter of fact, I have proof that Knight had been attacked in his cell. The bit that was mapped... Yeah, the mopped up bit.
Take that.
Come on. Thank you.
We found traces of Knight's blood on the cleanly wiped floor of his cell. What could possibly explain such a thing other than him having been attacked? And it was you who attacked him. You ambushed the both of them and stole the keys.
Why, I oughta. What's with you, huh? That newspaper wiped that blood up good. Ain't no way you should have found it.
Okay, but why did you think you had to wipe it up anyway?
If they checked Knight and the guard's hands, they would have seen those two never came to blows. But that blood'd give up the whole game. Ain't no way they don't figure there's a third man in the ring. Plus, once they started sniffing around on the floor, they'd have found the tunnel in a heartbeat.
So you wiped up the blood to buy yourself a little more time, so you could wait for a better opportunity. Sadly, the opportunity you sought wasn't good enough to get you clear of the prison, it seems. Now, hand over the keys.
Right in the kisser. Ah!
Well, that was easy.
Oh no, the bear left him. Oh, no,
Knocked out.
KO'd by a lousy, stinking bum. Fine. You want keys? Here. I hope you choke on them.
Very bitter.
Gumshoe, would you mind taking those? I have a feeling he had them hidden in his prison pocket.
Oh my god.
No.
Where do you think he was hiding them?
I mean,
His pecs aren't big enough.
Don't worry about it.
Wait a moment. If Mr. Incarcerado here had the keys...
Indeed, Your Honor. Your theory relies on Knight having used the keys he allegedly stole to escape his cell. That was the only way he would have been able to enter Mr. Saint's cage and be moved to the workshop. Unfortunately for you, we now know that that theory cannot possibly be true.
boom.
No!
Oh. Eustace?
Where you need to do that again.
Oh, dang it. No!
Guess this changes things up a bit, yeah? Now, the only person who could have moved Knight's body is the one person who knew about that tunnel.
No. You gotta be freaking... Mr. Carcerado, you're under arrest. Come quietly now, pal.
You're under arrest again.
Wait,
Already in
you
jail.
got the wrong guy. I didn't do nothing. Alright, fine. I knocked those two... God damn it. Alright, fine. I knocked those two chumps out, and I stole the keys. But after that, I went right back to my cell and waited for my moment. Next time I went to Knight's cell, there was nobody around, and I mean nobody. Plus, his body was found in the workshop. You think I just magicked my way in there or something? I couldn't even have gotten out of my cell.
Indeed, you only had the key to Knight's cell. You couldn't have left your own cell back in the prison. But Mr. Canis's dog could.
What?
It was not you, but Helmut who moved the body from your cell to the workshop.
I get it. I get it now. You're saying he wasn't the only this conspiracy.
Indeed. One can easily imagine that Mr. Carcerato and Mr. Canis might have worked together. Mr. Carcerato could have killed Knight and dragged him back to his cell.
And then Mr. Canis's dog took him from there to the workshop.
There are no restrictions on the animal's movements within the prison. Movement between the detention center and the prison proper, however, is tightly controlled. There is only one possible route, and only you could have taken advantage of it, Mr. Carcerato.
How can you be so sure, huh? Maybe there's more of them, and you just don't know.
Something tells me that digging even a single tunnel was arduous enough.
You got that right. You try scraping more than one hole in the dirt with a spoon. Lucky for me, I didn't have to dig the whole way. Somebody already did a bunch of the work for me.
What? You didn't dig the entire tunnel yourself?
Nope. Found it when they put me in that cell. Ran all the way from here to the well in the yard already. Even looked down the well to check it from there. It was the same tunnel, all right. I just made good on what somebody else already started.
And what was the original tunnel for?
Who knows? You're the one with all the answers, pal. Maybe somebody else tried to break out.
Ooh, or maybe the animals dug it.
Hold on a second.
Like to get what?
All good?
Like to get water from the well or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Oh, damn it. Still don't have headphones on. Sorry about that.
All good.
I've heard of more plausible scenarios than that in B-grade movies, Kay.
Well's dry, kid. Ain't no water to be had down there. No, come to think of it, I smell. Yeah, it smelled kind of nice down there.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. Smelled sort of like dessert, I guess.
A sweet scent. That sounds very familiar. Where did we come across a sweet scent before? The body.
Yeah.
Take that!
Good memory.
Detective Gumshoe noticed a sweet smell when we were examining Knight's body. With the help of a police dog, we followed the scent of the body and traced its route back through the prison. And that, Mr. Carcerato, was how we found your tunnel. Could that same sweet scent be what you noticed coming from the well?
Very clever, Mr. Edgeworth. You mean to suggest that this evidence of the body have been... You mean to suggest that this is evidence of the body having been moved through the tunnel?
I do. Furthermore, Mr. Carcerato, you are the only person who could have done it. Nobody else had access.
Hold on.
Cavell?
Stream.
Oh no.
You have our thanks, Mr. Carcerato. Truly. Finally, the truth comes into view. Now, unburden yourself. It is time. Confess your role in this tragic incident.
What? You ain't pinning this on me.
I am glad to see that we are finally in agreement, Your Honor.
Oh, if only we were, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Carcerato may have been an accomplice, but not of Mr. Canis. No, he was working with Mr. Knight.
Hold it!
What do you mean?
I do not believe he moved Mr. Knight's body. Instead, I believe he let Mr. Knight the use of the keys he stole.
You gotta be kidding me!
Oh, bloody hell.
Granted, it seems likely he attacked Mr. Knight. But that doesn't necessarily mean that Mr. Knight was knocked unconscious as a result. And what if he wasn't? And what if he and Mr. Carcerado had reached a certain agreement?
What kind of agreement exactly?
Mr. Knight was planning an escape for which required a means of leaving his cell. And here was that precise means, in the form of the keys Mr. Carcerado had just stolen from the guard. Mr. Carcerado himself would need to pass through Mr. Knight's cell in order to effect his own escape. Mr. Knight needed only to shout and alert the guards, and Mr. Carcerado's plans would be ruined. And so, the two struck a deal.
Lady, the only striking I do is with my fists.
My. Still you deny it.
So, we're agreeing that we still disagree?
Mr. Knight had Mr. Carcerado unlock his cells. Mr. Saint arrived. He could escape into the cage. Mr. Saint was then able to move him into the prison proper, just as planned.
Can't we disprove that he got in the cell by looking at the mirror?
Theoretically, we could, if we were smart enough to bring that up again.
No, they're talking about earlier. When Simeon came by with the cage and it created a huge blind spot in the camera.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
if
but
we
the
were
blind
smart
spot
enough
wasn't
to
covering the
bring
mirror.
that footage out again and investigate it. But clearly we're not going to be smart enough to do that for another hour.
No, I can tell you right now that will never come up because nothing is in the mirror.
Of course.
Aha! And then he took Mr. Knight into the workshop and did the dirty deed.
Objection!
I'm so smart.
Were neither of you listening? The scent on Knight's body proves that it was taken through the tunnel. It was moved from his cell to the...
Never mind.
Perhaps if you would let me finish, Mr. Edgeworth? I am not denying that Mr. Knight's body was moved through the tunnel.
Then what are you driving at?
Is this a quick trick question?
As you say, Mr. Edgeworth, the sweet scent shows the route the body took. However, it did not enter the tunnel from Mr. Knight's cell.
Huh? Then how did it get down there?
There is another possibility, one you seem to have overlooked. The well in the yard. Could a body not have been entered the tunnel from there?
The well in the yard? Oh yeah, that thing!
Mr. Saint did not take the cage to the workshop. He took it outside. There, he killed Mr. Knight and threw his body down the well. Mr. Canis's dog then dragged Mr. Knight's body here to his owner's cell from the bottom of the well.
I hate that she makes sense.
How dare you be smart?
I see one flaw with that plan.
I think
The flaw
well
being
was
the
filled
yard
with
was
water at that
filled with...
point.
The flaw being that the yard was full of people watching the circus.
This would have been before the circus show started.
On that note, I would ask you to recall something. What?
You glitched
In
out.
the yard at the approximate time of the body's discovery.
Reread the line because you glitched out.
Yeah.
What was happening in the yard at the I'm making so much sense. Okay. What was happening in the yard at the approximate time of the body's discovery?
The circus show, right? Regina and Simeon were performing for everyone.
I just said that.
Wait. Simeon! Ah!
Ah, indeed. And so you see how it must have also been him who disposed of the body.
Judge Gavel is a truly formidable opponent. She so effortlessly adjusted her theory to fit the facts.
I propose that Mr. Knight was taken.
Oh no.
Yes. He
Yes.
was taken.
Wow, the stream is real buggy tonight.
Do I need to reload it?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I propose that Mr. Knight was taken to the yard, not the workshop. And as we have established, Mr. Saint was off stage for 15 minutes. Ample time to throw the body down the well. I am sure you will agree.
Objection!
Your deduction is impressive, Your Honor. However, even supposing that Knight's body was indeed thrown down the well, you cannot conclusively say that it was during the show. It could have happened at a different time.
Overruled. My sympathies, Mr. Edgeworth, but it simply could not have.
What?
Mr. Costerado was using the tunnel at the time the show began. Mr. Costerado, did you happen to trip over a corpse while you were down there?
No. Place is clean.
If the body had been at the bottom of the well before the show began, Mr. Carcerado would have seen it. However, he saw no such thing. Which makes it somewhat difficult to support your theory. Furthermore, Mr. Knight's body was discovered in the workshop after the show. In summary, the body must have been thrown down the well and moved to the workshop. At some point during the show. Tell me, who else could have done that but Mr. Saint?
Warden?
No, she was in attendance at the show.
Oh, alright, then you, Judge Gavel.
She wasn't even here.
I mean, no!
What do we do, Mr. Edgeworth?
If the body did indeed enter the tunnel from the well, things don't look good for Mr. Saint. Still... Your Honor, your theory is still just that. A theory. And I
game
posit that you
theory.
lack the evidence
Thanks
to back
for
it up.
watching. Well, fuck, you got me there. I concede that, for the moment, I do not.
May I suggest that we investigate the yard again?
Very well. May the goddess of justice go with you.
Oh, you're not coming. Okay.
Now then, to the yard! Perhaps we can finally put this case to rest. Yeah, I was also thinking.
Uh-oh.
What's that sound?
Edgeworth, have you never heard a police siren before?
Really? I thought it was an ambulance. You know how we lawyers are. We always have to chase ambulances.
Yikes! Is there a fire?
Oh, is that what it is?
Have bad
I thought it was a
experience with that.
I thought it was a microwave.
Loser, shut the fuck up.
Right.
Did somebody say escape?
No, not say.
Are we playing Escape?
Try that again, buddy.
Read it again, Gumshoe.
Oh, sorry. Did somebody else escape?
Should we maybe skip down 2? Cause I'm a coward. Never mind.
Darlings, please. There's nothing to be alarmed about.
There's literally an alarm playing.
Dinner.
By which I mean that's not an alarm. It's the dinner bell.
Wow.
I knew it was a microwave.
Although, I suppose it is rather alarming if you aren't used to it.
It feels like the instance of you get 5 fire drills a day, except one of them is actually a real fire. And nobody really
Certainly
is
scares
bothered.
the heck out of me. I'm so sorry, sweet pea. I hope you can forgive us. All right, you two, back to your post. Trop, trop.
Shouldn't they be bringing the guy back to his cell? Preferably not his previous cell, so that he doesn't try and use the hole again.
And as for you, Rocco Carcerado, it's time you went back to your room.
I said a different room. Wouldn't he just be able to jump in the hole again if you throw him back into the same cell?
Fine. Come on, Teddy, let's get out of here. Yeah, fine, I get the picture. Come on, Teddy, we're out of here.
Warden the guard, we'd like to take one more look around the yard now.
Oh, darlings, don't you have homes of your own to go to?
It's past your bedtime.
Visiting hours are over, I'm afraid. Tomorrow.
No, it's imperative that we investigate it right away.
I think we've had quite enough excitement for one day. Don't you? Murderers, escapees. So eventful.
The more you try to push me away, the more I'm convinced that you're the murderer.
It's time our guests went home to bed buys, isn't it? Yes, it is.
Wow. Prison mom says no. Go home, kids.
Come on now, darling. Don't make me bore you with all that "I am the warden, this is an order" nonsense.
Warden Lagarde is right. Her word is law here, and we must respect her wishes. Mr. Edgeworth, your investigation of the yard will have to wait until tomorrow.
Or giving her time to hide the evidence.
You may keep your badge for now. The matter of your standing can wait. I bid you all good day.
Wait. No,
Yeah,
never mind.
That was Cabell.
And I bid you all $100. Yeah.
What are you waiting for, kittykins? Off you go!
Fine. At least there is a tomorrow for me. Judge Gavelle believes that Knight's body was dropped down the well, and then taken through Mr. Carcerato's cell to the workshop. But is that truly the case? Do the facts really support her theory? She also seems to believe Mr. Saint had to be the one to move the body. But was he really the only one with the opportunity to do so? No, there's also the warden.
Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Tomorrow's another day. We'll figure out a way to save Simeon. I know we will.
Yes, we will. I will prove that Mr. Saint is innocent beyond a shadow of a doubt.
For it is in his name.
And on to the final part of the case. Woo!
Oh my god.
I'll be back in a sec. I gotta throw a bowl into the sink.
Okie dokie.
Throw it in the dishwasher! Gonna go in there eventually. Swear. People's lives would be so much more easier if they just threw stuff into the place where it was going to go eventually.
No.
It would also be more easier if we spoke in correct grammar.
Shush.
Crime scene recreation. What could that mean? Wink.
It means obviously we're going to have fun on the crime scene, right? That's what recreation means.
Okay, winner.
And back.
We're going to play some nice soccer.
Put it in the
on
dishwasher?
field.
This is the next day, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So we're 2 days after the
So-
murder.
All right, that means
Next
it's time
day.
for the daily announcement. No, wait, this
Ding
isn't
dong,
announcement.
ding dong.
Ding dong, bing dong!
Troops, time to rise and shine.
Rise and shine, Ursine.
Here we are again.
Get ready for a crime scene investigation.
Well,
Prepare
here
to
we are
spend another
again.
day
Let's hope we can
enjoying
find something this time that will finally reveal the truth behind it all. Although that might be easier said than done.
There's nothing left to investigate.
What a shock.
Judge Gavel's deduction yesterday.
Yes, because we didn't just see this.
There is another possibility. One you seem to have overlooked.
What? You know how it is with television in the Americas. They always have to come back from the commercial to tell you exactly what happened in the last seconds before the commercial ran. All the time.
We have
Yeah.
short attention
We
spans.
just read ads on the stream,
Our
right, Zeus?
memories cannot be trusted. The well in the yard. Could a body not have entered the tunnel from there? In summary, the body must have been thrown down the well and moved into the workshop. At some point during the show. Tell me, who else could have done that but Mr. Saint?
I guess they put
Warden.
that there because most players may just take a break and come back later. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's probably just because it's a save point.
Yeah.
Had Knight's body really been thrown down the well?
Yes, but he was probably alive at that point.
The answer to that question will surely show us the way forward. But before we begin, I should tidy up my organizer a little.
Finally.
Let's look at what's in there.
So we have
Okay. Oh wait.
hit the next. Or now hit it.
It's still 3 pages. Oh, we just got rid of the dog.
No, you got rid of the dog, the spot you wiped off, and the guard, and the guard's keys
You
and
lost a
outfit.
grand total of 3 pieces of evidence.
Four pieces of evidence. You got rid of four pieces of evidence.
Hey, that's exactly what we did during Turnabout Blaze too. Just stuff gets cluttered. It's a big little escape
We
room.
got rid of the samurai dog specifically and nothing else.
Let's see here. Huh. There's a cover on it.
A dried up well slap bang in the middle of a prison? Figures it'd be locked.
Well, luckily, I'm a master lockpicker. Want me to do my stuff?
I think not. We'll do this investigation by the book.
Oh. Come on, don't be such a stick in the mud. Whoa!
What is it, Kay?
The lock's broken, and from the looks of it, it's been broken for a long time.
Wow.
If that's the case, then anyone could have thrown Knight's body down the well. Judge Gavel's theory was that Mr. Saint carried out the murder here in the yard. And then, during the performance, he threw the body down the well.
Little Knight fell down the whale.
What are you thinking, Mauserino? Plausible or no?
Oh, why don't we see if Missile can help us out again? He'll be able to tell us if Mr. Knight's body was here and which way it went.
Good idea. I'll call Detective Gumshoe.
Let him know I don't want him, I want the dog.
Ramen!
Gumshoe speaking.
Detective, I need your assistance. Come to the prison yard and bring Missile with you.
You bet, sir. Gumshoe's 7 secret weapons to the rescue again, huh?
Show us the rest.
I'm fairly sure Missile belongs to the precinct. I'd also like you to bring one of our witnesses. Call the Berry Big Circus and ask Miss Regina Berry to come down here with you.
Yay, more Valley Girl.
Yes, sir. I'll be there before you know it.
3 hours later.
Now to just stand here and stare at nothing.
So, what shall we do while we're waiting for Gummy? How about a quick game of hide and go seek?
Actually, I see a bunch of basketballs over there. How about horse?
Fun idea, kiddo. But where exactly will we hide?
He's not seriously considering it. Your game can wait, Kay. We need to call on one of your more practical skills. I think you know the one.
Ooh, you bet I do! One crime scene recreation coming right up.
Say what now?
Let me show you. Introducing a great thief's great secret weapon. Little Thief.
It's back! We do it now in case 2, not case 3. Whoa! Screens appearing from thin air? This is some next level tech, little sis. Want to talk me through the deets? What are you doing now?
I'm inputting everything we need for the simulation.
Allow me to explain. This is Mr. Thief.
No! Incorrect!
It's a device that can recreate crime scenes at specific moments in time based on the data you feed it.
How about I start us off with a recreation of what the yard looked like yesterday?
Good idea. That was when they were in the middle of tearing down the stage. We didn't pay much attention to the well then. Who knows, we may have overlooked something.
Leave it to me. I'll use the photo I took.
Wait, you took a photo?
Beepity beep boop beep. That's all the data. Just gotta pump the projection power to max and... Dark skies of evening, when no other bird dares take flight. Or take wing. One alone remains all-seeing.
An
You
owl.
ruined the rhyme.
Now witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood. Yippee!
Yay!
We have better
I
effects.
missed that.
Yipes! What is this?
It's a recreation of how things were yesterday, modeled on the data I gave Little Thief. This gadget was a tool used by the original Yatagarasu. But they used it to plan robberies.
Well, there's no harm in using it for something on the right side of the law now.
Also, different music, if you haven't noticed.
Oh, but keep in mind that it can only recreate what you tell it to. It can't simulate things if it doesn't have data for. And if the data itself contains mistakes, then you'll wind up with those same mistakes in the recreation too.
This particular recreation is based on case photos, so we shouldn't run into any problems. That's enough preamble. Shall we get started?
I gotta say, the battery life on the thing must be exceptional.
Oh yeah.
With how much projection it's putting out.
Obviously, it's not made by Apple.
The reason this is only like used once per case is because Cage has to spend the whole case charging it up.
Don't forget, you can examine stuff in the recreation just like in real life. You can also present evidence to try to clear up any inconsistencies you find.
Of course, thank you for the reminder.
It's been a whole new game.
Now, let's take a look at that well.
Or everything else.
No.
Push! Push! Get out the way, Kay! Get the fuck out!
A wicker basket, or rather a cart given the wheels.
I feel like we've
Hey,
seen this
wouldn't it
before.
be fun to hop it down and race down a hill? I feel like we said this before.
I think we did. Yeah, we did. I remember the
Yeah.
officer joke. The Great Thief's great secret weapon. Color me intrigued, Mauserino. Not exactly by the book stuff, though, yeah? Using Great Thief doodads in an official investigation.
Hey, they hire white hat hackers who were formerly black hat, so there's nothing entirely wrong with it.
True enough. Whoa. No with the death stares, Chief. I'm cool, okay? I can keep a secret. Anything for the truth. Am I right?
It's possible that vital evidence has already been destroyed. Without Kay's reproduction of the scene, we have no hope of finding it.
Hey, relax. Like I said, I'll just zip it and nod politely, while you cats do your thing.
Yeah, you just go ahead and stand in the corner, thank you.
Will do.
Let the real men do the work.
Whatever you say, as long as you carry out your father's legacy.
Thank you, that would be very helpful.
I'm just gonna judge you. Right over here. Like I always do.
These chairs must have been for the audience.
Wow, I pity whoever had to put them all away.
Really? Why?
Ha! You've clearly never had to fold up a bunch of boring chairs before, huh?
Not personally. I've told other people to do it, though.
Come on, Mr. Edgeworth! You gotta roll up your sleeves and help out once in a while.
Wedgeworth.
Wedgeworth!
I'll consider it.
So, has everyone here helped set up events before? Just curious, just chairs and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is
Maybe.
for a pass.
I did it a lot at church. I know that for a
In
work.
theater, I was in theater at school, so I often had to put out the chairs for everybody because I was in the tech club.
Yay. How thrilling.
We should examine this area
I
carefully.
actually really enjoyed putting out chairs and cleaning them up.
Really?
It was very,
Why?
because it's a fun, monotonous task that's easy to do.
I can see some people taking
For
pride
me,
in that.
washing dishes.
I think you might be on the spectrum.
Not necessarily. There's plenty of people who aren't on the spectrum that still like, say, Power Wash Simulator, and that is nothing but tedium and repetitive tasks.
That's true.
It's something that I can look at and be like, yeah, you know what, I'm getting work done, and I appreciate that.
That's fair.
Anyway.
Back to the case.
Ahem. Before I was interrupted, we should examine this area carefully. It may just hold the clue we need.
The clue. One singular clue.
We should examine it for what, Edgeworth? What should we examine it for?
Say the
What are a
line.
bunch of pulleys? What are a bunch of pulleys doing here?
Aw.
They don't seem to be well pulleys for lifting buckets. There's nothing of interest here.
It's got to turn gold.
Even though the blanket... Okay. Sure.
There's a sturdy-looking hemp rope lying on the ground.
Kind of reminds me of the ropes we used for playing tug of war in school.
The answer is no, Kay.
I didn't even say anything! Oh. What? I didn't even say anything! Yet.
I see it also has a metal stake attached to one end.
You don't get to hold that end.
Yeah, if you don't want to impale yourself, my goodness.
Oh yeah. Looks like something you used to put up a tent.
But there was no tent, was there? In which case, what was it used for? It's a metal weight of some kind. It looks like it weighs...
American.
I wonder.
The projection makes it a little tricky to read. Do you remember
What?
how heavy it was, Kay?
Clear as day to me.
What, cousin?
Edgeworth is actually like, it's in 480p, I can't read it.
Well, he also wears glasses later on. Maybe his vision's starting to fade.
Sure, it was 30 pounds.
Oh, do we finally get to think again?
Yes.
You know what's funny? I don't know why this is the case, but the fan translation changed it to 33 pounds.
What?
I don't know
Weird.
why.
Huh.
Maybe it was in kilograms in the original or something?
I think it was still pounds in the original,
That's so
but never in the
weird.
fan translation.
Yeah, in kilograms would have been around
Heavy weight for
50,
it.
maybe?
Say that again, Kay. You were being spoken over by Zeus.
Rude. What does anyone need such a heavy weight for anyway?
I was just trying to guess kilogram ratio. Sorry.
It doesn't seem related to the circus show at any rate.
Also, you're going in the wrong direction, Zeus. Kilograms are smaller than pounds. It'd been like 20 kilograms.
Oh, you're right.
The well was behind the stage, which means...
There aren't many people who could have thrown Knight's body down it during the show.
This is looking worse and worse for Mr. Saint.
So what do you think all the stuff around the well was used for? I can't see any of the animals needing them for their part of the performance.
Indeed, nothing immediately strikes me as a likely purpose. We'll have to ask Miss Berry later.
I think there's more to it. Oh, never mind. Can't you go up?
Edgeworth,
I think there's more. Edgeworth, no.
I don't believe there is any more to be found here. Can we go upwards?
That's what I thought. Yeah. You can.
It looks like this was designed for raising and lowering a bucket. No sign of the bucket, though.
Alright, I think that now that's it. So, kind of worthless right now. Now we have the stage, yep.
Yes, this is where the circus show stage stood. Wow, say that 3 times fast.
Do you think people would be interested in a great thieving show?
I would.
think we said this, too.
What are we missing? Is it really just queue time that quickly?
No. There's something else you need to look at.
Alright, go back.
Elephant? Or...
Oh yeah, look at the elephant in the room. I think we already went through this.
Yep. Yep, we did. Alright. What are we missing? One area. What was the name of our trunk happy friend again?
Isaiah the Asian elephant.
Of course! How could I forget?
Not exactly inspired, though, is it? Was Miss Berry having an off day when she came up with it?
Oh my gosh, Mr. Edgeworth! Not in front of the poor elephant herself!
She's not
I
here yet.
suspect that's about all there is to find for now. Detective Gumshoe should be here soon, too. Okay, you can power down Mr. Thief for now.
Little thief! Little thief!
That's gotta be on
Sure
purpose.
thing. Prepare to return to normality.
Boo,
I don't think
normality.
normality exists in this world.
Beep, beep.
But we didn't get to think thonk.
Gumshoe.
Sorry, sir. I came as quick as I could.
Why is the dog mad?
Why Mr. Angry?
Did you read the line?
Ah, Detective. That was indeed impressively quick. I'll give you a penny raise.
You know me, sir. Never did like to keep you waiting.
Actually, giving him a penny raise might not be that bad because of how expensive pennies are gonna be.
Thanks for coming all this way too, Regina.
No problem. This seemed way more fun than rehearsals, so I ditched it for the day.
It's very much appreciated. Alright, Detective, let's get started with Missile.
Why is he angry?
Yes, sir. Hey, missile, over here, boy. What's the matter? Come on, boy.
What's wrong with him?
Looks like he's scared us something, sir.
Oh, that explains it.
Alligator!
Guess he's not a fan, sir.
Well, I doubt he'll be of much help to us like this.
God, get over it, Missile. It's just a loose alligator.
You're regularly surrounded by investigators.
But alright, good night, everybody. We're done.
Boo.
Stream's over. Go home.
Any other
Oh,
bright?
come on. One pun is not going to end the stream. Did you forget how we started last stream with
Oh.
a ton of electric puns?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Y'all are just so punny. It's crazy. Any other bright ideas, Miles Areno?
Nope, I'm out of ideas.
Yes, actually. Miss Berry, would you mind lending us a hand?
Oh, I love to. Just tell me what you need. Do you want me to teach Allie some tricks?
I don't doubt she could do it, but... nothing quite like that. I'd simply like an account of what the yard looked like during the show.
I like where this is going. You're thinking of using Little Thief again, am I right?
If you'd be so kind.
Time to wow her little brain here. Let's go.
Okay, I've plugged in all the data. Firing up the simulation.
Oh, hey, there's me on stage. That's so cool.
How are you talking? You're not here.
Clairvoyance. Ooh.
It's a very immersive simulation.
Yes.
That's what the
Yeah,
R
this
wants
is
it to
what
be.
the yard looked like during the show.
Time at which the body was purported to have been thrown down the well.
Oh, wow, this is so amazing! It's like magic!
No magic here. Just sweet, sweet data. Which is why...
The area behind the stage is missing.
Yeah, Regina said she wasn't involved in getting the stage set up. So we don't have any data on what it was like back there.
No data, no simulation, huh? Brutal.
I'm so sorry, guys. It's all because I let Simeon do everything by himself.
Oh, no. It's all my frilly associate's fault.
I'm sorry. Objection, sex bang.
Anyway, we've got a fresh simulation now, but we still have other data too. Have the other data. I can switch back whenever you want to the recreation of them taking down the stage.
So we can examine the scene both during and after the show. And switch between the two at will. I can switch between recreations by using T to talk with K. Now then, let's continue our investigation, shall we?
And there's a little twist in the whole mechanic. I like
Can you
what's going.
press- But can you press K to drink tea?
Look at Whistle! Look at you!
Sniff, sniff.
Chairs are lined up neatly for the show. So we know there were a few empty seats during the performance.
Huh, something about this space. The way the seats are arranged. Reminds me of a karaoke contest I entered as a kid.
You entered a karaoke contest?
One day my line will load. I sure did, and I came in second.
Were you the only entrant?
Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight. One alone soars, shine the light of righteousness on the world's light.
Ah yes, the owl. Tell me you didn't actually sing that.
I sure did!
And it was great. Good job, Kay. Thank you.
Got it. So, what you're saying is you were singing for the deaf and you still took a second place.
Oh my gosh.
She did well to take second place. Or perhaps stole is more apt. Or is it more that she failed to steal first place? Oh, I'm overthinking this. I should stick with the insults.
A story of forbidden love between a tiger and an elephant. Wish I could have seen it. Wish I could have seen Simeon up there on that stage too.
Oh, he was wonderful the way he flew off that stage.
Ah yes, that scene.
This victory is depicted in a very unique manner, whereby the villain is sent flying from the stage.
Safely, right?
Oh,
Right?
you're a villain. Why would you make it safe?
No, like Team Rocket.
Oh no. Then how? Okay, if he's ejected all the way over there, how did he get back to get rid of the body?
There's my
Looks
alibi.
like Simeon is
Happy
blasting
village.
off again. Sparkle.
Having been ejected from the stage in this manner, the villain no longer appears in the performance.
And you're saying the crime took place during that time? Roughly how long would you say Mr. Saint was off stage for, Miss Berry?
Let's see. I guess it was around 15 minutes?
Just as Judge Gavel said.
Isn't it pretty hairy health and safety wise having an elephant fling a guy off the stage? You know?
Not at all. A Z is very gentle.
I'm not sure it changes much if she flings him gently or roughly.
Too gentle, in fact. When we first rehearsed it, she barely nudged him. But by the end, he was flying off that stage. Not because of Isaiah, though. Simeon had figured out some kind of trick, apparently. Isn't that amazing?
Trick? Do you have any idea what kind of trick?
Who? Me? Oh no, it was Simeon's big thing. I wouldn't know where to start.
I know where this is going. I'm not gonna say anything.
I can make a guess. I assume the items around the well and his big moment.
Oh, actually, I was gonna say the 30-pound weight might be the thing that pulled him up.
Well, it's pulleys, a rope, and a weight.
Oh, weight
in
can.
the items around the well.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, let's
Actually, yeah, the weight is an item, but it's also included in another item.
The trick Mr. Saint performed for his big scene. Could it have something to do with all the items we found by the well? Okay, I'd like to have another look at the equipment around the well from yesterday. Can you have Mr. Thief bring up the recreation from when they were tearing down the stage?
I hate the way you keep doing this. You got it.
Why are you dead-naming her program?
Hey.
Come on, Edgeworth.
Oh, come on, you didn't call me out when I was talking about, Sex Bang or Loser.
That's because that's his actual
Because
name.
that's a bit we're doing. That's not the game itself.
Taking another look at these items, could they not have been used for this trick of Mr. Saint's?
Sounds plausible enough. Hey, I can maybe add it to the simulation.
Good idea. Please go and ask Mr. Saint for the details.
Oh, and start charging the battery while you're running away.
Roger that. I'll be right back.
Whoosh!
And now to just stand here and do nothing.
I'm back, and he told me exactly how he did it.
With the help of some guy named Rube Goldberg.
Excellent. Well, how does it work?
Well, first he knocked over a domino.
He said he used the pulley at the top of the well to suspend a heavy weight from a rope and lowered that down into the well. The other end of the rope went through 2 more pulleys and was tied around his body.
I see. So he used the downward pull of the weight to help him launch himself into the air. But how did he make sure the weight only dropped when he wanted it to?
He used a stake to stop it, that's how.
Miss Berry didn't seem to know anything about the trick or the contraption he built for it. In which case, I suppose it must have been Mr. Saint himself who pulled out the stake.
That's right, and to do that, he used a second length of rope. He tied it to the stake, and then, when he gave it a sharp tug...
Yoink! Gravity! Whee!
The stake was released, and the weight dropped down the well.
Honestly, I'm hoping that rope is way longer because otherwise that would probably have broken his back.
I'm more concerned about the fact that this apparently implies that he weighs less than 30 pounds.
Well, if you can have a lot more torque and pull depending on how it's positioned.
It's going through 3 pulleys!
I know, I'm just saying. Or there could be more ways. I don't know. Let's keep going.
It's a great trick. I have to steal it. This one has to go in the Great Thief's repertoire.
It may not be quite that easy. These kinds of circus tricks can require years of practice to master. Simply stealing the idea won't be enough.
Alright, practice it is then.
Well, before you run away to do so, would you mind updating the simulation?
Oh, right. Then we can see how it all worked for ourselves. Okay, I'm switching back to the recreation of the performance. And now to add in the data. Little Thief should be able to reproduce the trick now.
So this is how Mr. Saint performed his trick.
Simeon's full of surprises, huh?
What do you think's being used for a weight?
Oh.
Yeah, the weight's still sitting outside, and 30 pounds is definitely less than enough
Maybe
weight that would be needed in order to send the body flying.
Is a dead body?
I mean, dropping a weight down a well to help him fly off the stage like that? That's genius!
Indeed. But I imagine he would have needed quite a lot of weight. More than him at the very least. It would have taken some serious pull to lift him into the air like that.
And there you go.
Yeah, and probably a ton of practice.
Cue time?
Obviously,
Pulling
put
for
the
some 30-pound weight.
The elephant was pulling.
I guess yeah. You can't point out a contradiction here, or unless you can.
Let's see if there's anything else that can be found.
Isn't it just
Actually,
the 30-pound
before that,
first?
I'm gonna use the bathroom.
We can't see the weight here.
Yeah, but, I mean, we know it's 30 pounds, right?
Mr. Saint used the well to construct a contraption that would send him flying from the stage. It made clever use of 2 ropes. I'll be back in a minute. Excuse me.
No worries. Now the tart can be slugged. This is pretty funny. We could it in the recreation after the performance. Bum, bum, bum. Oops. Alright. Anything in the profiles? Anything a little weird or you're curious about?
You can look at my gorgeous face.
I'm also gonna BRB real quick.
Bio breaks for everybody! Woo!
Bio break!
I'll be back too then.
Look at Candace over here.
Remember when I was in this case?
Yeah, so briefly.
I was here for a grand total of 5 seconds.
You had like, what, 5 lines and pieced out?
Yep.
This man's 47 years old. Doesn't look it. 17, 37, yeah. And Gavel definitely looks... She acts older than she is, though, besides being 26.
Yeah. She's only... No, actually, she is my age. Wow. People say that when they look at me, I don't look my age, which is good, I guess. Well, how old are you?
I'm 34. So. Yeah.
You definitely don't sound 34. You sound like you're in your mid to late 20s.
Yes! Hooray, I'm glad. That's probably...
All that working out in the gym paying off.
Yeah, that's right. Beef up over here, let's go. I'm tempted just to cook some pizza downstairs.
Ask Legon for advice. He knows all about cooking pizza.
It's just leftovers. All you gotta do is put it in the toaster oven. And it'll be ready in like 5 minutes. Alright, well, I'm not eating for the scene, so I'll be back. Might as well warm that up. But if Legon does come back, feel free to continue.
Okay. Yes, there's a tarp.
Hold
Or
on.
we-
After you left, a bunch of other people left.
Okay. Oh.
So we're approaching the end here. You got any last minute theories?
I mean, his body was definitely used as the counterweight. Because we didn't find the rope that was tied to Simeon. But, well, we found the one that was tied to the stake, but not the one that's tied to Simeon, so obviously he had to have been used as the counterweight.
Okay.
Probably... He might have found... I mean, he definitely got attacked. Probably found the tunnel after being attacked because, like, hey, where did this person come from? Found... And then there's a question of how he got the weight, like he placed the weight with himself and for what reason.
Alright, I'm back.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Now we're just waiting on Chess and Zeus.
Speed.
Speed.
Like a ninja star.
It's probably as close to parallel as I'm gonna get it.
I am back with pizza.
Hello.
I
also
love that he
came back
has
with
this.
pizza.
Pizza
I
for
love that he
everybody.
has this- It's effectively the same exact thing as it is in Ace Attorney 1.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the same exact head model, but they changed it like the body.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
And I think it's the same for Regina.
Yeah.
So,
Gumshoe. Gumshoe never changes.
are we still waiting for chess?
Yeah, I think chess is still gone.
Hulky doke. First checking out evidence and stuffs.
You missed us spinning the thingy.
Let us return to Spian.
Speed!
Spin the ninja star right in our faces.
Yay! 3D modeling in
It's so
action.
mesmerizing.
It was pretty funny how the DS games, they did have 3D models, just pretty crude ones. And then we get full...
Yeah, it's almost like it's the Nintendo DS.
Yeah, even though everything else is all sprite-based.
Yeah.
And we got full 3D.
Honestly, that was kind of one of the things that I did find the most charming in Apollo Justice was the 3D models and forensic stuff.
Yeah, I like Apollo Justice's style a lot. I'm sad that we moved to the full 3D with Dual Destinies. I think it was
Yeah.
perfected. I think it was good for the Great Ace Attorney series. I think it was done well there, but I never really liked how it looks with the regular main series games. Maybe it's just because they hadn't perfected the look yet.
They're
but
getting there.
the main series has always looked off to me in 3D, but it looked fine in the Great Ace Attorney.
I honestly think it's a lot, like, for me, Athena, for example, looks fine in 3D, but Phoenix and Apollo look really weird. I think it's just that, like, when it came to transforming the 2D sprites into 3D
Yeah, the
models,
translation to 3D.
but, like, the original 3D characters, I think, look fine, which is why the Great Ace Attorney works well, because all of them are originally in 3D.
We have nothing to
Yeah,
judge them off.
That might be it. That might just be it. I might just be used to seeing Phoenix and Apollo in their 2D sprites, and then just transferring it to 3D is just weird. Same goes for Trucy. I don't think she looks as good in 3D as she does in 2D.
I agree.
Yeah.
Anyway, Chess, are you back?
I somewhat have the opposite opinion of that, considering my the first Ace Attorney game I was ever exposed to was Dual Destinies.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. The next one after that was Apollo Justice.
Oh, see, that one's not the best, but at least it's better.
Hey, but,
I'm back. I'm back.
get-
Sorry
you
about
get-
that.
Welcome back.
I had to deal with a immediate urgent demand that could not be delayed or denied.
I hear you. Alright,
Do you now?
it's time to get rid of the speed and go back to gameplay.
Right. Sorry about that. Prison pocket voided. This top, it's just like the one we saw in the workshop.
This tarp. It's just like the one we saw in the workshop.
Yes. But why is it here?
But why is it here?
Oh my gosh, Kay.
Are you okay, Mr. Edward? You've gone kinda blank.
And I intend to stay blank until you stop stealing my thoughts.
No.
Begone, thought!
I will be no thoughts head empty until you go away.
I reiterate, begone, thought. A pulley and a rope. I suppose the two do tend to go together.
They sure do. Like a great thief and her treasure. Can't have one without the other.
Sorry, but the proper pairing in this case is a great thief and a set of handcuffs.
Edgeworth? No.
Oh, you can look at the rope. This is the rope that was hanging down the well.
But there's no pinata at the end of it. And definitely no bucket.
I don't know. Some would argue that there was a pinata at the end of it. The pinata just happened to be named, Simeon. Now do try to be serious, Kay.
I mean, he was hit by the
Elephant?
Oh, come on, Mr. Edwards. I'm just trying to lighten the mood. So cut it out with that stare of yours.
Actually, she may be onto something. We might want to consider what could have really been attached to the end of the rope.
Hmm.
And now
I
you can go
wonder
down
what
and
makes you
investigate the
say
weight.
that, except for this thing that should be on there but isn't.
That's one heavy weight. Kind of makes you think how much this all must be This must all be weighing on Simeon.
It feels like the whole world is on my shoulders.
No, that's when you're supporting something. You're not supporting something. You have everything else weighing you down. It does? I'm not sure I quite see it myself.
Oh, too bad we don't have the real thing here. Otherwise, I'd hang it around your neck like a big old albatross. Then we'll see how you like it.
Albatross! You'd face some stiff resistance if you tried, I can promise you that.
Also, it's only 30 pounds.
That's what I was saying!
So we're gonna keep
So-
investigating, or queue time?
Oh, just
I mean,
do
they
the
haven't-
queue already.
They haven't... Yeah, it's like they haven't said anything about the weight being alone.
Wait, doesn't this seem odd to you?
Nope.
You haven't noticed, Detective. There's something strange about the weight we found. How heavy it is. The one weight on its own wouldn't be heavy enough. A single 30-pound weight couldn't have lifted Mr. Saint off the ground.
Oh, yeah.
In which case, could there perhaps be some weights missing?
Sounds like a job for my 7 secret weapons, sir.
Should the need to use them arise, I suppose I should speak with him then.
Might as well.
Edgeworth, Gumshoe, use the thing.
Don't say a word, sir. I know just what you're looking for. It's written all over your face.
It is?
Missile may be temporarily out of action, but my fishing rod is good to go whenever you need it.
No, I want you to climb into the tunnel and get it yourself.
Actually, I was hoping for the metal detector.
Oh, and if you want me to give the metal detector a shot, I have that too.
Okay, there you go.
Why do I need to think about the metal detector?
I've never seen him so excited. I'll be sure to let you know if I need either of them, Detective.
Pause, because we have a Hydra Redeem on stream by Serenity. Thank you for caring about us voice actors. Drink up. I have here some raspberry lime sparkling water. Yay.
I have some green tea.
I have milk.
Milk! Yes.
Milk.
Now what sort of
I
milk?
gotta pour more from my giant jug of green tea.
Oh yeah, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling better.
Oh, this is new.
The basket was empty in the other recreation.
Oh yeah, but it was definitely empty in the photo I took too.
Oh.
Oops, sorry, I made a mistake when I was filling you in earlier.
Oh?
That basket's for holding Isaiah's food, but... on the morning of the show, all the apples that were in it had vanished. Poof! I totally forgot to mention it! Sorry.
Disappearing apples. I should make a note of this.
I'm not sure if I mentioned this last time, but in the fair translation, the elephant's name was Astique.
Astique?
I'm
Make
not
more
sure
s-
what. I'm not sure why it's different between the fan translation and the localized version, considering the alligator's name is the same between the two.
Are you sure it's not the disappearing apples and Isaiah the elephant?
I'm doubtful, but could try it.
I mean, it logically makes sense that Isaiah ate all the apples. The apples in the basket were likely eaten by Isaiah.
Really? That's strange. I made sure to put the cart where her trunk couldn't reach them.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, yes. It's still full of apples the night before the show.
Then we must consider the possibility that the cart was moved to somewhere within Isaiah's reach.
Aha!
A large basket full of apples couldn't have been moved by the wind. Which likely means somebody moved it for a reason. So before the show had even started, the cart had been moved and its apples eaten. Yes, that seems to be the most probable timeline. Let's update the recreation, Kay.
Will do. I'll add that into the simulation of the performance then. Updating based on what Regina told us now. Yippee! There, all done.
Can you investigate it?
Yeah.
Little wonder it smelled of animals. It was being used for the elephant.
To hold Isaiah's apples, right?
Regina.
Yep, it was full of them the day before the show.
So they vanished overnight.
Ooh, did you figure something out, Mr. Edgeworth?
Quite possibly.
That power room opens in, doesn't it?
I think it's the same thing.
You mean it
This
swings
is
out?
the same.
Missile. Oh.
Aww.
It's as bad as it looks, sir. Poor little guy is scared out of his skin.
I'd hope to have him track that scent again, but that clearly isn't in the cards now.
Someone hug the doggo right now.
Oh, baby.
Insufficient weight and basket of apples, maybe?
I require pets.
Not quite.
Nope.
You're jumping the gun a little bit.
Can we talk to, what's her name?
Regina?
Yeah.
So do you come to visit the prison often, Regina?
I sure do. I have so many little friends here. It's wonderful. And they're all such sweeties. The old faces and the new. I made a new friend only yesterday. Allie's just the cutest.
Cute. That full-grown alligator lurking in the depths of the pond.
Are you sure about that? Can't help worrying you could just walk up and then chomp, you know?
Oh, don't be silly. She never did anything like that. Especially since she's not doing great. I heard she hasn't been herself since yesterday. I'm so worried about her. You're so worried too, right? Right?
Yeah, totally. Super worried, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes. Super. Don't rope me into this.
Hello there. I don't know if you can hear him, but Mitsu just yelled.
Yep, I heard him. He announced his will.
I think you may have to force the issue on the metal detector.
That's not what it...
Okay, what are we missing? Is there something over by Alley?
No, you don't need to look at anything else. You have everything you need.
Cue time.
You need
Hit
to
Q!
That's not Q.
Insufficient weight in metal detector?
Weird it connects, but it connects.
Detective, I have need of one of your secret weapons.
Roger that.
The metal detector, if you would be so kind.
Ah, jeez, I'm never gonna get to use my fishing rod.
The alligator's right there.
So, before we get started, let me run you through how the metal detector works, sir.
They drew this whole specific thing just for him holding it. That's
Yeah.
It's simple enough. It uses this sound and this gauge to tell you how close you are to something made of metal. The closer you get, the more strongly it'll react. When it starts going wild like this, just give me the order to examine the spot where I'm standing. Say, what do we got here? The fence. Anyway, that's how it all works. You tell me where you want to look, sir, and I'll get right on it.
You can control Gumshoe! Hooray!
Look at him.
Moving on up.
Gumshoe.
Sure, I'm picking something up over here. Let's take a little look-see. Huh? Found these little guys in the grass.
They're the same as the weight we found by the well. They must be from Mr. Saint's trick. Did someone hide these here on purpose?
I count 4 altogether, sir.
It's 120 pounds.
150.
Not with the extra one. That would be 150.
Yes,
Even
but
more
4
than
is 120.
Lying.
The line was said.
So somebody hid several of the same weights as the one by the well. But why? And why over here?
Yeah, nice work, me.
Alligator!
That thing nearly gave me a heart attack. Huh?
What's the matter, detective?
It's the metal detector, sir. It's, reacting to the alligator.
What? How?
You're sure it's not responding to the weights we just found?
No, sir. I'm sure this is something different. And I'm sure it's coming from the alligator.
And she's gone.
We scared that big snapper good.
I don't think that's it, Kay.
Huh? Then what is it?
Allie hasn't been herself lately.
That's the name. Allie, the warden's favorite pet.
She wouldn't even look at the food Warden Lagarde bought her yesterday. She was acting as if, I don't know, as if maybe she'd eaten something that didn't agree with her.
Maybe the metal detector was responding to whatever she ate, sir.
Oh no! What if she ate one of the weights?
I highly doubt that even an alligator could swallow a 30-pound lump of iron. So what did the metal detector actually pick up? And why would someone hide those weights? I think it's pretty clear someone killed Knight beforehand and then tied him up to the end of the rope so that he could be lowered during the entire thing. But unfortunately, that is going to put a lot more suspicion onto Simeon as the one doing it, since he would be the one who would likely have known about it if he's the one who set it up. Unless someone happened to do it after Simeon had set the whole thing up in order to hide it, but I'm pretty sure we can both agree that the judge is going to immediately go, this is even more reason that it was Simeon. And we're going to need to figure out a way to prove that it wasn't Simeon, either due to the fact that Simeon didn't have time to do it, or due to the fact that whatever is inside the alligator is a smoking gun that is going to allow us to prove that it was actually the warden the whole time who did it by taking the body through the garden on the other side of the electric fence, which he turned on and off by going into the electric closet and hiding the body back there and yada 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 blah blah blah.
We shall see. That is a lot you put on the table, Edgeworth.
That is certainly a theory. Let us see if it pans out.
Oh, we're
Chess
actually
is
paying attention to the
pretty
plot,
much just
sorry.
Chess is pretty much be like, well, if I throw darts at this dartboard, one of them will stick.
Listen, the cloak got caught on the statue.
Yes,
Now,
and that's the stupidest thing in Ace Attorney.
Hardly.
That is not the
Hardly the
stupidest
stupidest thing in Ace
Let's
Attorney.
be very clear here. That's not the stupidest thing in Ace Attorney. That's just
Yeah,
one of them.
honestly,
It's the most illogical.
Oh, it is not. It makes perfect logical sense.
Even close. The entirety of Turnabout Serenade exists. Let me just put that out there.
Yeah, the entirety of Turnabout Serenade does unfortunately exist.
Listen,
Honestly, I think that's less drastic when you consider the idea of it being all run behind the scenes
This
by
way.
corrupt cops.
Cheeto,
The individual pieces of Turnabout Serenade aren't as stupid, but the collective whole of Turnabout Serenade is more stupid.
Yeah, I'll grant you that.
listen. In my opinion, the fact that a heavy weight dropped onto the head of someone wearing a cloak that could barely fit, causing the cloak to get fluttered into the air by the massive weight and sudden movement and getting caught on the heavy weight and then being lifted up makes perfect logical sense. The thing that doesn't make sense is that they immediately decided to go the route of, oh, obviously the murderer planned to have this be the way that he was going to frame it on a guy.
Yeah.
Seriously, how the
thing-
fuck does that make sense? He didn't plan
whole
to
thing
have it
was
frame
that
on a
they-
guy. If that cloak wasn't there, how the fuck was he going to hide what happened?
My
He
whole
wasn't
thing-
planning. Acro wasn't planning on anybody witnessing it. That's the thing. He wasn't planning on
my
framing
whole
anyone for it.
thing-
Yeah.
My thing with Turnabout Big Top is that they arrested Max because he could fly.
Yep. Magic
That's
is real.
They arrested him, actually.
I-
That's not the
I-
reason they arrested him.
Okay, but that was part of it.
No, actually, it wasn't.
It was because the cat was seen at the scene of the
Francisca
crime.
completely dismissed Mo's testimony. She did not want him to actually testify that he flew. The
Anyway,
reason they arrested him is because Max's hat was left behind at the scene of the crime.
Say with me, guys.
Anyway, back to
Hat,
this. You skipped
cloak,
my line
roses.
before. Perhaps I missed something when I looked at the equipment by the well. Kay, could you recreate the scene again?
Coming right up. Beep boop beep boop beep boop boop boop. Oh, it ran out of power.
Well, shoot, I guess we're going to solve this the old-fashioned way.
Over to the well. I must scour the sea. Blah, 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 blah.
Boo.
Notes, crannies.
No!
Oh, we can deduce something.
Is it this one or the
You can
past
do
one?
something. It's this one.
Could this be related to the evidence somehow? Present?
No. 2 lengths of rope. Where's the other one?
Aha.
Think about the 2 recreations, the one during the performance and the one we're looking at right now. There's a major difference between the 2. Namely, that one of the ropes is missing. Hold on, go to the evidence for a moment. We can look at things, right?
Yeah.
Look at the body. There's the rope.
Yeah, I was saying this before everybody got back.
Okay.
1 second, my stream's lagging.
Oh yeah!
Mr. Saint's trick wouldn't work with only the items we see before us.
So what happened?
Where did the missing rope go? I think one of the pieces of evidence we collected might tell us exactly that.
Really?
What shows it? We just looked at it. Present the body.
Well, you have to let the prompt show up.
Take that!
Oh, never mind.
Or present the rope. I suppose that works too. This rope was found beside Knight's body.
Wait, you mean...
Yes, it must have been the other rope used in Mr. Saint's trick.
So you're saying...
Yes, that this rope did indeed have a weight attached to it. But it wasn't any of the iron weights we found. Those were hidden in the bushes and replaced with something else.
What was it, Mr. Edgeworth? Come on, I'm stupid! Oh, come on, I'm dying here!
She said it.
Well, at least you finally admit it. Think about what the rope we found in the workshop was related to.
The twist is Kay isn't saying this for her, she's saying it for Gumshoe eavesdropping.
Do that, and you'll soon figure out the answer. The weight dropped down the well in place of the iron weights was the body!
Was the glove?
The glove is so heavy.
Back off. It can only have been Knight's body that was dropped down the well.
In case you didn't figure it out already. 10 minutes.
What? Mr. Knight's body was the weight?
Yes, somebody first swapped out the weights used for Mr. Saint's trick. Then Mr. Saint used the contraption to make his exit from the stage. When he let the rope around his body loose, both the rope and Knight's body fell to the bottom of the well.
Again, there has to be some extreme cushion behind Saint here.
Pretty sure that's what that
Is that
green
what-
thing is.
Yeah, it's a cushion.
Honestly, I thought the green thing was a door. I don't know why. It's
I
a
don't
very
either.
thin
It
door.
doesn't reach high enough to be a door.
No, it reaches high enough. It's not wide enough.
I don't know why there would be a door up there in the first place. That's the top of the
So
stage.
we can get back down.
You'd need
I
a
mean-
ladder, not a door.
I was about to say, like, wouldn't you use a
A
ladder
door
for that?
to the ladder.
Why would
That
you need a
rope
door
was-
to the ladder?
I don't know.
That rope was never used to restrain Knight. It was used to suspend his body halfway down the well. From this, we can easily see why most of the weights were hidden.
So that no one would realize they'd been replaced with the body.
Precisely. We can then further deduce that they were hidden by the killer.
Whoa there, gang. Wasn't poor old Bronco stabbed in the neck? Wouldn't there be blood everywhere, including down the well?
Oh, the killer thought of that, which is why they used this. What did the killer use to stop it? The bloody sheet. Tarp. Whatever. This tarp was found with the body. I think it's likely that Knight's corpse was wrapped in it.
Ooh, another piece of the puzzle falls in place. It's all coming together now. Love it!
But all we're doing is proving that the body did go down the well. Which means we're helping to prove that Simeon was the killer.
No, not quite.
But what about what Judge Gabel said yesterday?
Ah, but if Mr. Saint truly is the killer, why would he need to go to such lengths to commit his crime?
That's true.
Knight's body fell down the well when Mr. Saint used his contraption during the show. Therefore, it reveals nothing about where the real killer actually was or what they were doing at the time. It's only designed to throw suspicion onto those who were not at the show.
Yeah. I guess we did suspect Mr. Canis right away, huh?
That was the killer's goal, to make us think that the crime took place during the show. In other words, they used the well contraption to construct an alibi. Miss Berry, when exactly did Mr. Saint put his contraption together?
It would have been the day before the show. The night before, actually. Yes, we started getting ready for the show around 9 p.m. And I think we finished around midnight?
I want to check something. Roll call is at 9.
9 p.m. And the body was not present during the 7 a.m. roll. Okay, that doesn't matter because we know the body wouldn't have been shown up during
That's also the fact that let's see. The prison and detention center are separate areas, so what happens in the prison and doesn't matter for the detention center.
Correct.
In which case, the killer must have switched the weights out for the body after that point. Did Canis know about this contraption? Sorry about that, I was yawning. Even if he did, he wouldn't have been able to do much with it. And I highly doubt that he taught his dog to suspend bodies halfway down wells.
Don't tempt me.
Which means Canis isn't the killer. I'm telling you, it's the warden.
Cue time
Just
again?
leave me alone with my dog.
Cue
thank
time.
No.
Yes, this is very complicated. Maybe this thing. No, it can't be. No,
What
no,
does
the
it say?
no, the basket. The basket has to have something to do with it. Was the basket in the well? No, the basket had the body.
I got it. It was in the basket.
The basket was moved the night before the circus performance.
Welcome to Eustace Winter Simulator in Edgeworth City.
And we've deduced that the weights were switched out for the body at around the same time.
Hard to chalk that up to coincidence, huh?
Then the next question we should be asking is, why was the cart moved? I think I can hazard a guess. The cart would have been blocking that door. Which can only mean...
Like somebody needed to open it.
Ah, the 3-hour power outage.
Now, let's see what... Oh, great. It's locked.
Yeah,
Aren't you a
we haven't
master
checked that 3
lockpicker?
times. No, she's not the master of unlocking. That's Jill Valentine.
No, she literally said that she was a master lockpicker. She was even talking
Who
about
has
it
the
when
card
she found the
now?
lock on the well.
She did.
Before she realized it was broken. She was going to suggest that she picked the lock. Why isn't she suggesting she picked the lock on the power room door? What the hell,
Probably 'cause she
girl?
was
Where's
bluffing.
your consistency?
Because she was she was suggesting that every time you examine the lock.
Okay, your time of reckoning has come. We will doubt your great thiefness for now.
Let me ask Guard for help. Hey, Mr. Guard.
Yes, miss. What can I do for you?
Yeah. Well, that was fast.
And why is he walking around the stage like it's actually there? Oh wait, everybody can see
God.
this. Never mind.
God, where is the key for this door?
Oh, the warden keeps hold of that. I'll go ask her for it.
I keep telling you, it's the warden who's behind this whole thing. Warden Lagarde is the only one with a key. Meaning if somebody did open the door, they would have had to get it from her somehow. Or be her.
Thanks for the help.
Oh.
Look at all these breakers. They must control the electricity for the whole prison.
So we're thinking somebody got in here the night before the show, right?
Do we have MS Sky so we can dust for fingerprints?
Well,
Even if you did, this is a break room in a prison. I'm pretty sure it's highly accessed.
Yeah, plus, it wouldn't be strange for Warden Lagarde to be here, at least her prints. Wouldn't really prove anything.
Actually, it would, because
It's
even
more.
if people...
It's more like how recent the prints are, more than anything
I would also
else.
like to point out that yes, it is an electrical closet in a prison, but that still doesn't mean that there's going to be regular common fingerprints on the switch that turns off a breaker for the cameras in a prison.
Again,
Makes perfect logical sense that you might want to have, you know, dust for fingerprints on, let's say, the cameras button, since we know that we lost power for a while. Not dusting for fingerprints on the part that would turn it back on, but dusting for fingerprints on the part that would turn it off.
It's a switch. It's not a button.
Yes,
Like a light
that's
switch.
my point.
No, that's the thing, is that a switch.
That's the point. Is that there would be
turn it
fingerprints on it no
and
matter
off.
what.
Yes, a switch has a top part and a bottom part. You would be pushing the top part in order to turn it off, and pushing the bottom part in order to turn it on. Therefore, if you want to find out who turned it off, you would dust for fingerprints on the top part. And if you wanted
Yeah,
to
but
find
you'd
out
have
who
to-
turned
you'd
it
have to
on, you would
prove-
dust for prints
you'd
on the
have to-
bottom part.
You'd have to prove how recent the prints are, though.
I don't think... How often would the cameras be turned off?
that is true.
How often would it be cleaned?
Cleaned, maintenance, like...
I'm
It's
pretty sure the last-
circumstantial, but I get where
I'm
you're
pretty
coming
sure
from.
the last time I saw fingerprints being dusted for on one of these, it was on the handle for a not a safe, but for a locker, which would have been accessed a lot more often. And it was finding fingerprints from someone who wouldn't be using that locker regularly, even though the locker is regularly used. Your logic is flawed.
Oh boy.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
You also assume there's only going to be one set of fingerprints in here.
Oh crap! You'd assume there's only one set of fingerprints on the handle of a person's fucking cabinet.
I don't
And
think
yet,
the
only fingerprints found are not the ones that are for the one who owns it, but for someone else, who is actually the one we're looking for. Again, your logic is flawed.
No, so are you saying
I don't
that we
think
should
it is.
check for other fingerprints or Lagarde's? Because Lagarde's would be in here.
That's what I'm
Would
saying.
Lagarde's be in here unless she was the one actively turning on and off critical security measures in a prison? Not to mention, in all honesty, the only one who should really logically be accessing a high voltage electrical power section would be an electrician.
I mean, here's
And
the
I
thing:
say
is
woman
that
is
if
the more emotional sex.
no, the thing is that so. if
Point
you
is,
have to
dust for
have
fucking fingerprints on whoever turned off the cameras for 3 hours.
If you have to have maintenance on the cameras, you turn them off beforehand
because you don't want to electrocute somebody.
The problem
Well,
is we don't have
true.
any.
When was the last
note
time
of
the cameras had maintenance done on them?
We're gonna find
How
out.
about we let the game explain?
Thank you. Let's move on, please. We're here theory crafting about logic. Let the game explain itself.
Listen, I am Miles fucking Edgeworth. My entire thing is common sense and logic. Do not deny me.
But you're saying you're saying it's not fingerprinting, though. It's Emma's thing.
Oh,
This line was read, right?
No.
No. Go ahead.
Or maybe? I have no idea.
Just do it
It's
again.
been so
We'll
long.
read it again.
So we're thinking somebody got in here the night before the show, right?
Oh, right.
But why? What were they trying to do?
well, I doubt they came in here by mistake, thinking it was a break room. They must have come to tamper with the switches.
Did they turn off the power to something?
Also, I'm noticing, like, this has nothing to do with anybody. It's like, that's a door opens inwards.
Yeah.
It's like, I was thinking, it would have been funny if the basket being empty of apples was just a coincidence of somebody pushing open the door. It's like, come on, why is this stuck? Come on, come on. And then they just push the apples into the vicinity of the elephant. And that's why it's empty.
Oh, they moved it out of the way in order to get to the door.
Yeah, they would have had to move it out of the way to get in, regardless of which way the door was opening.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking if they were opening the door, they were opening the door against the basket, and the door pushes the basket in.
Really, the fault is on Regina Berry for deciding to put the basket right in front of a door that says power room.
Honestly, yeah. But what else did you expect?
Come to think of it, wasn't there something that lost power?
No, nothing lost power. Don't worry about it. Shut up.
I will end you. What might have lost power had a breaker been flipped? The fucking cameras!
Take that!
There was a 3-hour gap in the security camera footage.
Oh yeah, there was. Somebody flipped the breaker it was connected to?
It seems very likely.
Do you think it was the killer?
Yes, I do believe that it was the warden who shut off the camera so that she could kill Knight without having any evidence showing it on the cameras. It is true that shutting off the cameras would have made things easier for them.
It would.
Which means... Killer would have to be someone who had access to the... What? The fucking warden! How many times do I have to say this?
Honestly, I think the more dead giveaway is the murder weapon itself. Because this was confiscated by police.
True.
Chisel?
That is also true.
The chisel wasn't confiscated by the police.
If I may counter that,
Bell was.
if it was confiscated
Yeah,
by
the
police,
bell on the...
can I
on
speak?
there.
If I may, if it was confiscated by police, then yes, it could have been the warden, but it could have also been the judge. But the warden's the only one with the key to the power room, so obviously that means it's the warden, and not the judge who is trying to kill Knight in order to hide the whole thing that was going on over there that was implied way back at the beginning of this entire thing. That they're trying to get Edgeworth off the job so that they can hide the whole fake assassination attempt thing.
Yeah, but both Winter and Gavel didn't notice that chisel in the cell. So they weren't aware of it until Edgeworth pointed it out.
Yes,
Also,
it
the
is
chisel
entirely
is not-
possible for someone
The
to...
chisel was never in police custody.
Yeah.
That is true,
The
but it
bell
is
was,
entirely
though.
possible for someone to play dumb. I mean, how many times is perjury committed in court in this game?
A lot.
In this game, none, because we don't go to court.
And it-
Well, Ace Attorney.
And it seems
In
only
Ace
one
Attorney,
person has the
arguable
key.
depending on your definition of perjury.
And it seems only one person has the key. It couldn't be. Could it? Gee, I fucking wonder!
All right, little thief, your work here is done.
And the battery's at 1%.
Just in time.
How did they move all the way over here?
One little
Magic.
mistake.
Looks like it's about 20 to 10. There a breakpoint coming soon?
We'll find one.
Nope. But
We'll find one.
I mean, we're about to enter the prelude to the final confrontation.
So I'm just wondering where would be a good place to pause then.
Maybe after this.
All right.
First on the scene, the early bird gets the worm.
That's not the line.
Wins the worm.
Sorry. First on the scene, the early bird wins the worm.
Because you're
Oh,
winner.
fuck.
I have to
Fucking
brain
hell.
briefly, and I need to lose that.
Good morning, Mr. Loser. Late as always, I see.
You? How'd you get here before me?
I have an alarm.
Good morning, Mr. Edgeworth. I see you've made an early start.
And I see you've made a late one, Judge Gavel. I'd make a comment about you always being late, but I wouldn't want to be arrested for sexual harassment.
Oh my god.
This is not
Oh,
my only. This is not my only case. I'm a very busy woman. Not all of us enjoy the freedom of a prosecutor relieved of his only current responsibility.
Okay, good one.
Oh, I do apologize. I meant, of course, an associate attorney.
Somehow that hurts more.
Associate. More like asinine. Give it here, Gavel.
You just learned that
Nobody is
yesterday,
going
didn't
to
you?
high five you.
Just like instrument.
Well, we'll see about that.
Eustace, let us begin the investigation of the yard.
Okay, I'll go get some officers to help.
Hold it!
Oh wow, you are such a loser that you need to get officers to help you investigate? Dear me, you really are so small a character.
What if
I mean, you've barely even
Worthless.
shown up.
Worthless.
For
Worthless.
coming forward and apparently trying to be such a main character, you've taken the background so very often. I often completely forget you're even there. The only way that I even remember is your ridiculously absurd little hair curl. Not to mention the fact that you've got that wand that you keep shoving out of your ass. If
do you ever breathe when you talk? I feel like you've been on forever.
breathing is inefficient.
discovered.
But Edgeworthless, hear me out here. What if we need officers to dust for fingerprints on something like a breaker? You don't have that, do you?
oh my gosh.
Do you?
I do. It's called an officer, a forensic scientist. Her name is Emma.
I feel so bad for her.
All right,
Hey,
line
I
please.
go where the work takes me, as long as I get paid.
I am going to take that badge on your collar and turn it into an eye patch for you.
9.
It will be stitched onto your eye. You won't need you won't need a strap.
How would I be able to see out of it then?
Oh my god.
You don't. That's the point.
I don't think I
What?
follow.
Edgeworth,
Everyone else just watching this.
the
That
infeuding.
won't be necessary.
Thank you.
Why not?
Because I've already done your job for you. We've already finished investigating the yard and won quite the prize in the process.
$1 million.
One? Oh, that's the past tense of my name. But I'm supposed to be the winner.
Ha ha, and again ha. Your Honor, if I may speak to the one who actually has some semblance of intelligence and more than one brain cell trying to fight for third place.
Oh, I won a brain cell?
I stand corrected. I'd like to revisit your theory from yesterday, Your Honor. In order to thoroughly disprove it.
I would caution you to choose your words carefully.
Are we threatening his badge again?
Yes.
As I am sure you remember, your badge is in my hands.
No, it's
That's
right
your
here.
favorite thing.
It's right here. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it.
beautiful.
It can spin. It can spin.
It's me.
What Edgeworth doesn't realize is she already replaced it with a ninja star.
Oh.
How could I forget? You've told me several dozen times already. Perhaps you'd care to try a different threat.
Overruled. You have been warned repeatedly, yes. And each time my words seem to have fallen on deaf ears.
Then maybe you should stop talking to Loser.
Allow me to make this crystal clear. The committee cannot and will not tolerate insubordination.
Objection!
The fate of my badge and the whims of the committee are of no concern to me now. The only thing that concerns me is proving Simeon Saint's innocence.
Interesting. And spoken like a true defense attorney.
Oh God, I feel dirty.
Good, the first time in your life. In that case, I shall be equally uncompromising. In the name of the goddess of justice, I will strike down your case without mercy.
Get it? Because you got lightning in her hair.
And when I'm done, your career as a prosecutor will be over as well. I hope you do not come to regret this.
I just noticed the scale pattern in her sleeve.
Yeah. And also, like, 3 eyes, like, around her neck. Like, kind of like...
That I didn't notice.
It's like...
So she shouldn't have any eyes since Justice is blind.
And the cross on her shoulder, it's like, there's very, very divine figures about her body.
No, she's supposed to be like a priestess.
Yes.
Look, she's close enough to being blind. She's got one eye covered.
Alright. Are we stopping here, or we're gonna... I guess we're going... We're reading this.
Let's at least get the testimony part.
Yeah.
Yeah, testimony, and then we'll come back to the cross-examination. My theory remains the same as when I related it to you yesterday.
What do you mean relayed? I don't think related is word right there.
No,
Yeah.
related does still work.
It does. It's. I think it's just one of those things of it sounds weird.
Yeah, it sounds weird.
It could be written better.
Mr. Carcerado did not see Mr. Knight's body when he passed through the tunnel. As such, the body could only have been dropped down the well during the show.
I mean, that part is still technically true.
We both know the only one who could have dropped the body down there during the show is Mr. Saint.
That's still your assertion. And you can prove it, of course.
Of course she can. Who do you think you're up against? My assistant.
What Eustace means to say is that we have received the final autopsy
Oh,
report
no!
just ahead of our arrival.
Whoa!
that's
the
my
autopsy
thing.
report.
Updating the autopsy report.
Reverse Edgeworth. Again.
She really is a very busy woman. Busy looking after her baby Loser.
I would never expect Edgeworth to say baby winner like that.
The victim appears to have died the night before the body was discovered. In other words, the night before the show. The cause of death is as stated. It seems the wound was 4 inches deep. Simeon Saint was off stage for a period of 15 minutes. It was plenty of time for him to throw the victim's body down the well.
Judge Goodell hasn't investigated the yard yet, which means... I fear there may be something of a flaw with your theory, Your Honor.
You seem very confident of that. But do you have any evidence to prove it?
Aren't we supposed to be doing this in the cross-examination? That was a thunderstrike I just heard, I'm pretty sure.
Well, good timing then.
Yes, I think it just might.
Appropriate backdrop for a
There we go.
We are done for the evening. Hooray. So,
Hallelujah.
It.
Flair,
And we can finish tomorrow.
what?
Tomorrow.
Next week. Sorry.
So, Flair, are we confident saying we will finish this case next week? For sure. I
We
see
will
it.
definitely finish this case next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
We will definitely finish it.
I think we will have just enough time to fit it into a full stream.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking about what's left, testimony-wise. It is the longest one of the whole.
Yes, we have a lot of testimony left.
Yeah, but I believe you guys.
If we were to play it normally, it would probably still take 2 hours to complete. But for us, it'll probably take an extra hour.
Yeah. Just let the game cook, chess. Thank you. All right.
I've given my theories.
Yes, you have. All right. So thank you all for joining us for another wonderful episode. Next week will be part 8. It will be wrapping up this case in the prison. And I'm eager to hear all your thoughts on how it concludes later, for sure.
But trust me, I have some juicy thoughts to give on this case.
Yeah, I'm not going to say too much more about it, but
Trust me, I have some juicy.
I do think it warrants a discussion about how good or not good this case is. All right, so let's see who to raid real quick.
I'm just not sure how to feel about how I end up getting characters that just disappear halfway through. Like right before the end.
I'm gonna give
like
Zoe
twice in a row. I know I picked, I know I specifically was like, yes, these, but it's just okay, sure.
Did it work?
I barely, except with this one, I barely had anything to say.
There we go. All right, we're gonna raid Zoe Lycan for a bit. Give her some love. She's playing some Grounded, so enjoy that. Okami next week is
Next week.
Tuesday. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Jeez, on Tuesday.
I was like, are we taking a break for a week?
No. I think we have 2 streams left for the Okami. I believe so.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. All right. See you then. Bye bye. Good night. Whoosh.
Night, everyone.
Farewell.
Bye.